So
Absolutely.
everybody should
I
be
don't know
coming
what
into form, shouldn't they?
They
I
really
don't know what
should.
they
What you
did.
have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the former Colorado Buffalo, their rookie quarterback.
And he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself right now because he's coming up with a strong performance in their team's win last week. And you can just tell, even early in his rookie season, he's starting to get really comfortable out there, and things are starting to fall into place. In fact, in talking to the rival defensive coordinator the team is facing this week, he told me this young man's starting to get it.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries for an even 100 yards.
A great week last week and a game that we will all look back on and say was one of his best of the season. We're not seeing games above 100 yards as much as we used to, so seeing one always leaves you excited, especially to see how he can build on it the following week.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 11. That's good.
19 fights. 19 fights.
First and 10 at the
now Sanders. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so
Top
much?
5. He's eating this year. Eating.
And get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball, he competes, and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And room there to work it inside the 25. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
19-18.
Again, they turn to Ford. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Ready.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Ready. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Let's go.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
From the gun, it's Shedeur. He'll swing this out to Jenkins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. John Jenkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They're able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how.
And right away, he lost the football. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns team. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They got to take care of business first.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Gain of 17 yards. And the Vikings.
McCarthy off the play fake. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. 2 yards to go, second down.
Brings up second and 2 at the 50-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Addison will go in motion left. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up fourth down. And here's Ryan Wright now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. First and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Check.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. Well, let me tell you, that wasn't as easy as it looked. Dancing away and moving forward for 6 yards.
Down at the 31. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
Check mash. Go.
To throw now, here's Sanders. Pass caught by Phelan. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
13 yards on the play. And the Browns,
Hey,
down.
check that.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ready.
On first down, here's Judkins. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a first and 10.
Ready. Bronco 80. Ready.
From the gun, it's Sanders. Into the hands of Cedric Tillman. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing, Sanders. Throw caught by Flowers. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
That's another Browns first down. First and 10
Come
at the 18-yard line.
A give up the middle, Jenkins. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
14-yard line.
Second down and 6 now.
On the pickup.
Ready.
Second and 6.
Viking 18. Ready.
Once again, Jenkins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Ready. Cougar 19.
Out of the gun here, Sanders. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deontay Johnson from 10 yards out. And the Browns take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 21-0. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's third.
Looking to throw McCarthy. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Sanders. Gets this over the middle to Tillman. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. And they're going to speed things up here.
10 yards. That's good for a Browns 1st down.
Sanders to throw. Setting up the screen for Sampson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the 1st.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Pass to 60. Pass to 60.
Sanders. Complete. It's Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
That's another Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
70. 70.
13-yard line.
Ready.
On the ground, it's Ford. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Ford will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at about the 38. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A final shot before break. McCarthy. It's caught inside the 25. So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hanson with our halftime report.
Our trip around the NFL starts now, and it starts with a good one in the NFC West. Okay, Brandon, thank you. The first month of the season has come and gone. It's the first weekend of October, our first week with byes on the schedule. Lots to unpack, so let's get into it. And this is Matthew Stafford. This, one of his 2 rushing touchdowns on the night. With that, a look at the rest of what went on in Week 5 with Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh all on the bye. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters, as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
To the air with McCarthy. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The coverage was tight there from Rayshon Jenkins. But Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Calling a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. Here's McCarthy. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Cleveland offense making their way out. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line.
Dragon 60.
Here's Sanders. He finds his man, complete. It's Flowers. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Here we go, set. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Bronco 80, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Set, hurt. Ready.
Looking to throw. Sanders. Looking deep here for Flowers. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Rodgers to return it. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's taken on the 25. A good return there, 17 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Checks it down to Judkins. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here we go,
At the 44-yard line.
Cougar 19. Go.
Operating from the gun, Sanders. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. A good decision in the end. The pull and run gets him 9 yards in the 1st.
That's good for a Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll run. This is Judkins. And he's taken down inside the 30. 58 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3-and-out.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Let go.
1st down, right back to Judkins. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Now a 2nd and 6.
Come on. 70 Timberwolves. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
They run with 4. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps, because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jerome Ford, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Browns start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth. Hopkins with the extra point. And that makes this 35-0 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. That went out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And this one will be returned.
User.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And a solid run down inside the 30. From the 29, here's second and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up
19,
second and a yard.
Back to throw. Sanders. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. That's his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 60 Eagles. Ready.
This is Ford. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Second and 7.
Brings up second and 7 at the 18-yard line.
Looking to throw. Sanders. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brings up third down.
Warriors 70. Ready.
From the gun on third down, Sanders. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Browns are going to be set up with a first and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
First down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
70 Timberwolves. Ready.
They'll try and run for it with Ford. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal.
Panther 60. Panther.
From the shotgun, Sanders. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Vikings now heading on to the field. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 35, here's a second down and 6. Now McCarthy.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And at a 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Throwing is McCarthy. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard. Now hand off to Chandler. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
He'll try to pick it up himself. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time.
Clocked it up, and I think the Browns got it. They did.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory.
Film rooms are the forum where strategies are discussed and victories are born. Each person there has a voice and a chance to step forward with what they believe is the key to this week's game.
We're here at the confluence of the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela River, and welcome you to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Pittsburgh, the home of the Steelers. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you, the All-Pro Chris Boswell with the honors. Off we go from the Steel City. He's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They're led out by the son of the Hall of Famer out of Colorado, Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. Early rhythm he was able to establish. He rode that to the final whistle. He had an answer. Everything the defense threw at him. If he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to attack the ball at this rate, it's going to be a hard group to beat.
Ready. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
4 yards. And the Browns, first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
From the gun, it's Sanders. Open man is Johnson. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll try and play with some pace early on.
That's another Browns first down. It's a gain of 20. First down, Cleveland.
On first down, it's Sanders. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 32 yards.
It is a big play for the Browns. 32 yards.
It's a gain of 32.
Ready?
First down, Browns.
First and 10, and here comes Ford. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down, they need 7.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Steady.
Here comes the rookie, Quinshon Judkins. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down.
Brings up third and inches.
Ready? Hey.
To throw is Sanders. And he'll take it on in. David Njoku. Touchdown, Cleveland. That touchdown number 1 for him on the year.
Well, just about every metric you can use, it's very clear, Mike. This is one of the best defenses in football. So I think coming in, preparing for this game, we were asking ourselves, where do the points for this offense come by? And I'll tell you what, they silenced a lot of those doubts here with this opening drive to take it all the way down the field, to sustain possession, and come away with points. I haven't seen many teams do that to this defense. They got some things to sort out here before this next possession.
Now return coming from the 7. And he stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
You look back on the game prior to the bye week, Mike, and I think that win is critical. Nobody wants to go into the bye week off of a loss. It just changes the energy in the building. Everyone starts questioning everything you're doing. You go in on a win, everyone takes a deep breath. You're very honest about what you need to continue to improve on coming out of the bye, and we'll find out in this one whether they made those corrections.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. On 4th down, Steelers send out Corliss Waitman to punt. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Browns offense and Shedeur Sanders getting set for their next possession. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's got the rookie third-round pick, Harold Fannin. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
19 tight.
At the 47-yard line.
Now, Shedeur forced to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Alert, Panther 60, Panther 60.
And the Browns
19 target, count alert.
On the handoff, Judkins. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Cole will come in on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll run the toss here with Judkins. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. 3rd down and 9.
Let's go now.
And it's 3rd
Cougar night,
down.
free. Go.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. This throw right is taken in by Flowers. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Browns with the advantage. And we're back to the Steel City after this. Start of the second. Browns in control of the football as they've got it with 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 19.
From the gun, it's Shedeur. Flush to his right. He's got room to roam. And he will score! Harold Fannin. Touchdown, Browns. That his 2nd TD catch of the season.
Dustin Hopkins on for the extra point.
Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Steelers offense ready to take over for their second possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The number 5 overall pick, Mason Graham, there on the tackle. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. He takes off. And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. That's going to bring up 3rd down. From the gun, Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Off the play fake, Rodgers. From left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronnie Hickman. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
As Shedeur on 1st down. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43.
He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
There hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15 and a 1st down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
19 Charger, 19 Charger. Tap the 60, tap the 60.
They'll throw on 1st down with Sanders.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Sanders will throw it. Moving to his right. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
Now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On the ground, Judkins. A gain there of 11. 1st down, Cleveland.
Typically in a 3rd down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass, but give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
A run straight ahead, that's Ford. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
19 tight. Cougar 19. 7 Pirates.
Here's Sanders to throw. Rolling right. Escaping the danger. Throwing and completing. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
Stephanie! 60 on lock line. Oh, hey, check that. Gravity line. Got right. Cuddy.
4. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. And they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Get it. Hurt. Right there, hurt.
Now, Sanders exiting the pocket right. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. And now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. Talk things over before third down.
Come on. Hey. Nice.
Now it's Sanders. That is caught by the tight end, Aaron Fanning. Touchdown, Browns. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Extra point up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns will take themselves to a 21-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Steelers offense about ready to take over once more. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. He's got the veteran. That's Robert Woods.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
He'll step up and run this. And Rodgers has done this long enough. Gives himself up at the end, but he's got a first down.
That's good for a Steelers first down.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended receiver. And it'll be second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm. This offense just can't seem to get anything going in this opening half, Mike, and they're still looking for their first points in the game, and it's really these missed opportunities that are a big part of the reason they're really struggling here.
On third down, Rodgers. That's out wide to Warren. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up. They take this in back at the 16. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
Bronco switch. Bronco.
They will start it on the ground to run that clock. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for Browns. First down. First and 10.
So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hanson, who has our EA Sports halftime report. And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This one, now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And now, following the turnover, we have an injured player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves. Go.
Throwing now, Sanders on first down. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Second down and 8.
Second and 8 at the 14-yard
Rick the
line.
Eagles, 19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll look to throw. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
Let's go now. 18
Yards.
Out of the gun, it's Sanders. And he's got the first down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up first and goal.
First down. First and goal.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, ready.
They'll run here. It's 4. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7. From a little further back, here's second and goal.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready.
Back to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Hopkins now to tack on the extra point. He's got it. And the Browns are able to extend the advantage to 28-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The Steelers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Throwing, Rodgers. He finds Austin with the grab. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up second and 2 at the 46-yard line.
Now Rodgers. The blitz gets there, and he lost the football. No turnover here, but the Carr is able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 24 yards. Good for a Steeler first down. To throw is Rodgers. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on first down. From the 33, here's second down and 5. Rodgers. That one too far out in front to be brought in, and it's incomplete. Jaylen Warren was the man he was trying to connect with. And it's going to be third down. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looks like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up fourth down. Rodgers going up top again. That's taken in. And he's going to have the Steelers first down. They wind up getting 13 yards on that fourth down conversion.
That's good for a Steelers first down.
Again, it's Rodgers. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. Second and 10. To the air once more. It's Rodgers. It's made. That's Woods. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up third and 3.
In the shotgun, it's A-Rod. The ball comes out. One of his teammates there to take it back in. Now, after that near turnover, clock is stopped. We have an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Now on fourth down, the veteran Chris Boswell on for the Steelers. This from 34 yards. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Now it appears we've got a Steeler injured on that play. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
Drive starts with a run by Judkins. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They run it once more with Judkins. He was looking for that cutback lane, but it never developed. Tracked down behind the line.
On the stop.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
19 target.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Third, they need 8. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. It's a short throw caught by Njoku. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And you think back to the first half, Mike, just how well he threw the ball, and you thought maybe this defense would come up with some answers in the second half to slow him down, but so far, that has proven to not be the case.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Come on, set. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
On the ground, here's Dylan Sampson. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Ready, set.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Shot, Cowboy, turn right. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Hey, check that. Street. 18 Rattler, 18 Raps, go.
To throw is Sanders. He'll look for Flowers downfield. That's caught. And he's into the end zone. They are pouring it on. Zay Flowers. Touchdown Browns. Now Hopkins on to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Browns stretch things out even further. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick 1st down.
And the Steelers, 1st down. 1st and 10.
Once again, it's Warren. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. He is having his way. Another big game. This time 18 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard
The motion man here is Woods. He finds Metcalf on the slant. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
At the 34-yard line.
Now it's a bootleg with Rodgers. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20.
That's good for
A gain of 17 to the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
First down for Aaron. He set the screen to the receiver, Wilson. And he won't get away. Good tackle there to get him down behind the line. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. From the gun, Rodgers. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down. I'm out. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? Here's Rodgers. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns will take over at their own 14-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Here we go, Scott.
They'll start on the ground with Sampson. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. Here's a second and 12.
Brings up second and 12 at the 12-yard line.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Go.
Once again, it's Sampson. He's up the sideline to the 25. Big run here. He's tackled beyond the 35-yard line. So, from the 36, it is first and 10.
60 Vikings. 60 Vikings.
Gain on the play. First down, Cleveland.
They'll give it here to Judkins. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. It is second and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Hey, check that. Check that. Let's go.
On third down, here's Judkins. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts. This one is about done. So it's a win for the visiting Cleveland Browns. And it is their 3rd consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey.